The ocean churned violently beneath the SS Mariner, its once pristine hull creaking ominously as waves crashed against it. Passengers huddled in their cabins, nervously watching the storm unfold through rain-streaked windows. The lights flickered, casting eerie shadows that danced across the walls, and a sense of unease settled over the ship. Among the guests, Sarah had always dreamed of this cruise. She'd imagined sun-soaked days and starry nights, not this tempestuous nightmare. As she sat on her bed, clutching her blanket, she heard a faint, melodic whisper, a ghostly lullaby that cut through the storm's roar. Intrigued and unsettled, she rose to investigate. The hallway was dim, illuminated only by the intermittent flicker of emergency lights. As she stepped into the corridor, the lullaby grew clearer, drawing her toward the ship's bow. She followed the haunting melody, her heart racing with both fear and curiosity. As she reached the observation deck, Sarah gasped. The storm raged around her, but the center of the deck was eerily calm. In the midst of the chaos stood a figure, an ethereal woman, her translucent form swaying gently as she sang. The woman wore a flowing gown, her hair cascading like waves around her shoulders, illuminated by a ghostly light. "Who are you?" Sarah called out, her voice barely rising above the storm. The woman turned, eyes filled with an unfathomable sorrow. "I am Elara," she said, her voice soft yet powerful. "I once sailed these waters, long before this ship was built. I was lost in a storm just like this one." "What do you want?" Sarah asked, her heart pounding. Elara's gaze drifted toward the ocean. "To find peace. My spirit is trapped here, bound to this ship and the memories of those lost at sea. They call to me in the storm." As the winds howled, Sarah felt a chill creeping up her spine. "How can I help you?" Elara extended her hand. "You must listen to their cries. The souls lost in the depths seek release. Only then can I be free." Just then, the ship lurched violently, sending Sarah sprawling to the ground. She scrambled to her feet, adrenaline surging. The sky outside was a furious canvas of lightning and rain, illuminating shadows that danced across the deck. "Help me!" Elara cried, desperation in her voice. "I can't bear this torment alone." Sarah felt an inexplicable connection to the ghostly woman. She focused, closing her eyes, and reached deep within herself. The echoes of the lost souls began to rise in her mind. Sudden cries for help, the gurgle of drowning voices, the despair of those who had vanished without a trace. "Together," Sarah whispered, feeling Elara's presence surround her. "We can find them." The storm reached a crescendo, the ship trembling as thunder cracked overhead. Sarah opened her eyes, and the deck transformed. Shadowy figures emerged from the depths of the ocean, rising through the water like phantoms. Faces filled with anguish swirled around her, pleading for release. "Let them go!" Sarah shouted, raising her arms. "We hear you." With each word, the spirits grew brighter, their sorrow mingling with the storm. Sarah felt Elara's hand in hers, steadying her. "Together, we can free them," she urged. In that moment, Sarah understood that she wasn't just a passenger. She was a bridge between worlds. With a deep breath, she began to chant a prayer, calling to the spirits of the sea. The wind howled in response, swirling around them as the storm began to recede. One by one, the lost souls transformed, their faces shifting from despair to peace. Elara's glow intensified, illuminating the deck in soft light. "Thank you," she whispered, her voice a gentle caress. "I can finally rest." As the last echoes of the spirits faded into the night, Elara turned to Sarah, her form shimmering. "You have freed us all. I will always be grateful."